on the scene at the minute believe that themselves. That's very apparent when you look at, for example, the protests that they hold. There's a weekly protest that is held here in the city, and quite frankly, in my opinion, when I look at the personnel or the people involved in those protests, all I see is middle-aged, grey-haired men. So the fact that these people are suggesting that they are becoming more apparent to young people, I don't believe.
I went along to that protest. I counted about 50 people there, although certainly not all of them were middle-aged men.
We also have many supporters who won't put their faces on the streets or before cameras.
Why not?
Because out of the fear of being demonised and criminalised.
Support that doesn't show its face is very difficult to measure. If it is there, it's not affecting Sinn Féin's vote.
They, at the last election, refused to actually put forward candidates because I believe that they themselves knew at that stage that they didn't have the support that they claim that they have.
Sinn Féin vote is holding up very well, and you guys aren't even running for election.
Sinn Féin's vote may, we don't view electoralism, as the key to solving the issues in this country.
So, is there really a growing sense of disillusionment in the Republican grassroots? Tommy McCourt has been a community worker in Derry's Rosemount area for over 20 years.
I think what you have to understand is that many people have great expectations in terms of the peace process and the new way forward, and all of the various terminology was used at the time. People were looking to a new life in many ways, and it took longer, much longer than people had anticipated. So there's a weariness in terms of when is this all going to be properly in place, and when is all the various promises that we'd hoped would take place, when is it all going to happen?
Nobody here in Derry is saying that dissidents are a big group. All that can be said, perhaps, is that the economic and social conditions are such that they may get bigger. But the important point is that people who support dissident violence don't necessarily need widespread support. It's been described to us that they're trying to keep the flame of Republican armed struggle alive so that it might flare up in the next generation. And to do that, you don't need a lot of people.